This behind one of the Manchester Wood Mount Equinox on that side, and into
leveler of rank and class
by gunsmith John Dowd in Goshen, Connecticut. So he died in March. He was going to be buried, and they're luckily.
Interposition of Providence, no sir. Greetings, my name is Major General Gideon Ormsby. You know, I don't think that my mother of blessed memory knew when she named me Gideon that one day I would be fighting a battle like Gideon of old against a vastly superior force numerically and technologically. But that's exactly what happened in our war for independence. Folks around here say that old Major General Gideon Ormsby was a zealous patriot because I joined the Council of Safety, fought with the Green Mountain Boys, and fought those redcoats and Tories and won. Yeah. Well, I can tell you this, just like my namesake in the Bible, we couldn't have beat those British without the direct interposition of Providence. No, sir. Not without God Almighty could we have beaten such a foe. Yes, I was zealous, all right. Zealous to live and breathe free, beholden to nobody but my God and my conscience. You know, times were rough, but I'm not complaining. You know, those Tories, and boy, there were a lot of them. A lot of them here in Manchester, afraid to be on the losing side in case the redcoats were to take vengeance. They hated us rebels, as they called us. In fact, one night they came for me, and I can tell you it wasn't to invite me to no dinner party. I wasn't there, but they kidnapped my little boy Daniel, and we chased them down to Rupert. We got my boy back. But I never could forget that they took my boy. Well, you see, many of those of us who came here to what was called the Royal New Hampshire Grants, which is what Vermont was called in those days, were sympathetic to New York rule. They became Tories, the ones that came from New York. But those of us who came from the East came here for liberty and independence, and we were called Whigs. Well, my father moved us from Rhode Island to Armenia, New York, and then we bought a big spread here in Manchester, Vermont, and we moved here. And I can promise you, we didn't do that to be under any British boots, that's for sure. Yeah. Well, I guess I was in it all the way. Green Mountain Boy, Dorset Convention, Windsor Convention, Major General in the big war for independence. There, when Vermont was established a free and independent state, and I was one of the first to serve in the Vermont State Legislature, and I'd be proud to do it all again. I was born in 1736. I raised 12 children here in Manchester before I died in 1804. Glad that this here marker remembers me as a major in the war that put our young country on the road to liberty and independence. Yes, sir. You citizens, don't you believe for 1 minute that all our country's enemies are history. Be vigilant. The price of liberty is eternal vigilance. May the great God Jehovah long preserve her, the United States of America.